Hi everyone. It's always nice and interesting when somebody finds a PC in the dumpster and it has all of this shit over it. And of course, most of the people fall for it that they found it ugly and dirty in the dumpster and now they're gonna fix it and refurbish it and use it as new. We all know, most of us do know that it's a fake video, so I'm gonna make a video like that. Why shouldn't I make a video like that? So let's begin. Oh, hi guys. So I found this PC in the dumpster. As you can see, it has lots of trash in it and we're gonna try to fix it and use it today. I ain't gonna do that, but I just wanted to show you how they do it. They just put trash in it and they say like, oh, it was sitting for years in the water and we're now gonna fix it and make it as new. But to be honest, this PC is not far from that. I bought it in the state that it is now. Stuff lying around, taken out of the ports. I didn't test it yet. It's very dirty. I'm gonna get you closer now. As you can see, there's so much dust. There's a gigantic fan in the back. Golden Orb 2, famous fan. Hard disk is right here. I'm gonna just put it a bit away. There are two RAM slots. There's an HD 7770 Sapphire card over here. Everything is extremely dirty. And we have a wireless Wi-Fi card over here and good Corsair CX 600 watt power supply. So let's just plug it all in and see what will happen. What do you think? Okay, everything is turning around. Is there anything on the screen? Yeah. Can you believe that this PC is working in the state that it is now? I must say I can't believe it. But hey, look, we just fixed the PC that was found in the dumpster. Yeah, we're so cool. Let's see what's inside. Oh, Core 2 Duo E8400 with 4 GBs of RAM and HD 7770. That's nice. As you can see, everything is working. The main board is ASUS. The model name is P5KC. We're gonna now see if it will boot. I did not connect the Wi-Fi card because we don't need it right now. So let's see if it will boot. Can you believe it? It's entering Windows. Okay, so it ran into a problem. Probably a Windows problem, but you never know. I'm gonna plug in my CD-ROM now and try to boot in Windows, Mini Windows XP. And it works right away. We'll enter Mini Windows XP. So we finally booted into Windows. Let's see if everything is read well. So here's our motherboard. There's the serial number, North-South bridge, CPU that is currently on the board, the socket. It has 6 PCI ports. There's our CPU and there's our memory. So everything is working just fine. We're gonna do some more tests on it later, but right now we're gonna take out the board and check her up close once we clean the board. I got the motherboard out so we can see, so you can see the amount of dust and dirt that's on the motherboard. I'm gonna get you closer so you can see how dirty this motherboard is and was. If you see underneath the fan, I don't know how is it even working. I mean, how is it cooling, because it's so dirty. Look. Sometimes when I get a PC like this, I mean the motherboard, I'm just thinking, is it worth cleaning because there's so much work to get it in a normal shape that I don't know. So now I'm gonna give it a clean and then we will run it again and see how it looks after cleaning. Please wait. Nice and clean. It's HD7770 1GB. So I cleaned the motherboard a bit. I must say it has a brownish residue on all of the parts, so I'm guessing it was from a smoker's household. What's good about this mainboard is that it can take DDR2 and 3, so both of them. It's of course socket 775. Here is our CPU. Has 2 slots for PCI Express, some PCI slots, IDE slots, of course some SATA slots, and something that's not so often found is the 6 DDR RAM slots. Yeah, I can feel the smell of the cigarettes from it coming right now, so we can definitely confirm that. It has quite a lot of USB ports, 6 of them. So yeah, it was a very good motherboard back in the days, and I'm guessing when it was running with this GPU, it was quite a good gaming PC back in the days. So yeah, looks very nice. That's it for this motherboard, and for this GPU we will now run and check the other gaming computers that are ready to be checked and viewed, so please wait. This is our next PC. Has a cool case with the card readers and front panel, and an add-on card with 4 USB ports in the front, which is very cool. We can see that it's an i5 inside, so let's see which i5 is inside. We can see the one side of the cover is missing. Let's now see what's inside. Here's another quick peek on the back. There's a black power supply. It's a motherboard with integrated GPU, has 6 USB ports, LAN, everything standard. We have a double slot GPU, has HDMI, VGA and DVI. Again, some additional USB ports over here and over here, so somebody really liked USB. Let's open it. This is another, let's call it wannabe gaming PC. It's supposed to be an i5. It's a K-Max power supply, only 400 watts, nothing special or interesting. Don't really like the brand, it's not so popular. We have a GPU here. It's ASUS something. We're gonna see what it is when we take it out and test it. There is no hard drive, so we won't be entering any Windows, but we'll check it out when we take it outside. Please wait. Of course, we will check it and test it out if it's working. The power supply is not firmly screwed here, but that doesn't matter. Everything seems to be plugged in. I plugged in the power supply and VGA cable, so let's see if it will at least spin. Let's see. Somehow I have a feeling that the power supply is not good, but let's take out the board outside and do a test with my power supply. Please wait. The GPU has a 6-pin PCI Express connector here, and what somebody was using was one Molex to 6-pin, which is not a safe thing to do if you're gaming for longer periods of time, because if it pulls out too much cable it can burn something, but I guess they didn't have problem with it. So took out the power supply, and I noticed some of the cables were cut. The USB cables are also cut, which is very strange. I don't know why somebody would do that. So it could be that it's not turning on because of the front panel connectors also, but there's only one way to find out. That will be when we take the board out. Our front panel connectors are also cut, so that's why we couldn't start the board. And because of the cut cables, I decided to return the original power supply because I want to test it out. And is there a better way to test it out unsecurely in a PC that came in together? So now everything is again plugged in. I'm gonna try and start the motherboard with a screwdriver, of course. And it's working. Let's see, can you see anything on the screen? No, nothing on the screen. Or is there? Oh, there is. So i5-650, so first gen, 3.2 gigahertz, 4 GBs of RAM, and the GPU is also working. So we can say this PC is completely working, just somebody cut the cables. Don't know why they did that, but never mind. We'll enter the Windows just to check some stats, and then we'll take out the motherboard and the GPU and check them more detail. Please wait. Something that's interesting to see, I said that they like USB ports because they have a lot of additional ports. This one is PCI Express X1, and it was right here where the motherboard is not even existing, so there's no port. It was just hanging in the air. Wow. Everything is so strange and interesting with this PC. So this is our motherboard. It's ASRock H55M-LE. As I mentioned, it has integrated graphics, has a PCI Express slot, 2 PCI slots. It's of course DDR3. We have 2 sticks of 2 GBs right here. It's Kingston DDR and i5 first gen 650 CPU. The other things that we had with this PC is this ASUS GPU. It's actually ASUS GTS 450, has 1 GB of RAM, which is DDR5, and it was quite okay. It requires 6-pin PCI Express power cable, and it was in this Wannabe gaming first gen i5 PC. Other than that, as I mentioned, we had a extender card for USB, additional USB ports, and another one which was not even connected. It requires Molex cable for power. Then we had a card reader which connects via USB connector on the motherboard. And last but not the least, we had this Sharkon for USB extender which is actually like a CD-ROM, slides in from the front and has nice lights, which we didn't see work yet, but I will sure be testing it. So this is everything for this ASRock Wannabe PC, Wannabe gaming PC, which came with this ASUS GTS 450 GPU. And we'll now go ahead to the next Wannabe gaming PC. Please wait. And now we have a third and the oldest Wannabe gaming computer that's powered by ASUS. That's very yellow. It's much more yellower than it looks over here. And let's see if it will work. Of course, here's a quick peek on the back. We have 4 USB ports, and of course, if it's a Wannabe gaming session PC, it has to have a GPU. So this one has with DVI and VGA, and it has a TV out, okay, and a few more cards. So let's open it and see what's inside. So here we are. It's a golden motherboard. It's a Titan cooler, L and C power supply, something very common for the days, and the GPU is 7300 GT, actively cooled, and other cards are here, and the model name for the motherboard is A7V333. So we'll first see if it runs. There's no hard drive in this one also, so we can't see if it will enter Windows, but we'll turn it on and see what happens. Please wait. I don't know if you hear this squealing when I plugged in the power supply. This strange squealing sound is coming out. But the fan is working, the PC turned on, the GPU is working, and of course it's booting up. Came to the BIOS right away. Temperatures are okay. Now we will try booting to Mini Windows XP via this little thing. It's an IDE to SD card adapter, whatever. So we'll be simulating CD-ROM via this. So let's see if it works. I didn't test it out yet, so this will be my first time. I'll put a link for this card below in the description, so you can see it if you want it, maybe. Please wait. Okay guys, so I connected this adapter. It's connected via Molex and ID from the other side for the data. We will now turn on the PC and see if it works. I'm using it for the first time, did not test it out yet, so let's see what happens. Okay, we can see 2 LEDs working. One is power, second one is car detect, so that looks okay. I do notice the third LED is not working. It's for active, but we'll see. Now let's try and see if it will boot. We can see the secondary master disk is recognized here as 16 GBs of memory, and let's see if it will boot. And it did boot, so we will now enter Mini Windows XP to see if that's working. Everything seems good, so let's see if it will enter the Windows. It seems to be working fine. I'm just gonna run the sysinfo program to see if everything is recognized well. And yes, here's our motherboard. Here is our CPU. Okay, now I'll get the motherboard out and we will see the motherboard up close to see how it looks outside of the case. Please wait. Okay, the motherboard is out. I cleaned her a bit. It's looking okay except for these two. They are really bulged and already leaked. So I don't like that. So it's socket A or 462. This motherboard has an AGP universal AGP Pro connector. We have 5 IDE, 5 PCI connectors. By what I see online, this motherboard can handle 3 GBs of RAM at its max. It's an ATX size. We have IDE connectors, no SATA connectors on it. The motherboard came with this game port and 2 more USB ports as an extended card. We had this modem card, this parallel talking to LAN card. It was a famous brand back in the days. There's quite a lot of them on the market right now. And in the end, we have our GPU. As already seen before, it's 7300 GT Sonic AGP, 256 megabytes. And it's working quite silently. It's not so often that these fans are working so silent, so that's a nice thing. We have 3 connectors over here. Nice little card. So this is all about this motherboard. As I said, some capacitors leaked, some are bulged, but never mind that, it's still working just fine, so that is good. Anyway, this was ASUS A7V333 motherboard, and that's all for today. Thank you for watching this Wannabe gaming video of mine, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.